I just heard from my son. Is it true that your mother was a single parent? Thank you for the pleasant time we just had with you, Olivia. Yes, I have lived with my mother. Oh, I didn't realize that. That must have been a lot of hardship, wasn't it? Yes, it was a lot of hardship, but my mother did her best to support me, so I didn't feel any inconvenience. But I think that if you grow up in a single-parent household, you don't know what a normal family is like. Without a father, you wouldn't understand the division of roles in a family and the importance of a father's presence, would you? My mother's brother and other relatives took the place of my father, and I grew up in an environment that was no different from a normal family. But was that really good? After all, it's not the same as having a real father. Well, my mother put a lot of effort into my education, and I went to college. But still, you grew up in a poor environment, didn't you? The standard of living is different from my son's, isn't it? We were certainly not wealthy, but thanks to my mother, I grew up without any troubles. But it is unacceptable to me that my son's marriage partner is from a poor family. It's hard for someone who has struggled financially to join a wealthy family. I think my son deserves better. What? You can't live on love alone. I think family background is important. I didn't think my background would be an issue. I thought Jack understood my family background. Regardless of what my son thinks, as far as I'm concerned, I'm still worried. I mean, you grew up in a single-parent household after all. But anyway, what happened to your father? My father passed away in an accident right after I was born. So, for as long as I can remember, I've lived with my mother. Oh, well, really? Well, what should I do? What? You must have grown up in a very poor environment, right? What a pity. I can't believe my son's fiancée is a poor girl. Poor girl? I can't believe you hid something so important from me. What a person you are. Did you plan to marry my son and hide it from me? What a despicable woman. I didn't mean to hide it from you. I really just forgot to tell you. And I thought he had already told you about my family. I haven't heard anything from him. Nothing like that. If I had heard, I wouldn't have let you come to my house for greeting. What? What should I really do now? A single parent and child family must be poor, and you must not have received a good education from your mother. I can't believe that a daughter who grew up in such a home is going to become a part of my family. I don't want that. I absolutely hate it. Wait a minute. You're thinking wrong about my family. Wrong? A normal family has both parents. But if they don't, it means they don't know what normal is, right? If you come to our family, I would have a hard time. That's terrible. There was a reason that I didn't have a father. And it's not just my family, but every single parent and child family in the country has their own circumstances. You don't understand that either? You don't understand me at all. Because my family had both parents in good standing, and we are quite wealthy, and I was blessed with a kind father and mother. Thanks to them, I got a wonderful husband, and now I am a happy housewife. There is so much disparity in life between you and me that I don't understand anything. Disparity in life, huh? If you were born into a normal family and raised by normal people who love you, you can lead this kind of life. But you were born in an unusual family. You must have been poor, and I'm sure your mother was not kind to you. I can't believe that someone with such a disparity is going to be my son's wife. We must have an emergency meeting. I have to talk to my husband about it. Does that mean you are reconsidering my engagement? Yes, of course. My precious son is not marrying a poor girl. Just a few minutes ago, you were telling me I was a wonderful young lady. You told me you were happy to see me. And now, you're going to change all that because I don't have a father. Shut up, you poor girl. You should shut up and wait for the results of the family meeting. If you want to blame someone, you should blame your own family. I'm sorry for you, you poor little girl. Hey, Laura. Thank you for coming all the way to our house today. Brian? I was very happy that my son brought a neat young lady like you. I thought you would make him happy. I am sorry that my wife was so rude to you. I would like to visit and apologize to you. Could you please make time for me? No, an apology is fine. These things happen from time to time. Besides, what was the result of the family meeting? Am I still not accepted as Jack's fiancé? What are you saying? I'm all for you and my son getting married. Really? Don't worry about anything about my wife. You are a very nice young lady. I'm rather afraid that Jack is not the right person to marry you. Please take good care of him. I am glad to hear you say so. So, can we proceed with the marriage? Of course. I am very much looking forward to see your mother. I have already informed my son my most recent schedule. I apologize for the inconvenience, but please arrange the dates. Thank you very much. I will check with my mother right away and we will adjust the schedule. As I recall, your mother is a nurse. She must be busy with night shifts and various other things. We are self-employed and basically flexible. If you have any problems with scheduling, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thank you for your concern. By the way, my son told me that your mother works at a hospital in the next town over. Yes, she works at the city hospital in the next town. My mother's hometown is in the next town. She left her hometown once when she married my father. But when I became an adult, she wanted to go back to her hometown. So we moved to the next town together. I see. So your hometown is the next town, and she's a nurse. Maybe her name is Rachel? I think her maiden name was Johnson. Yes, that's right. Her maiden name was Johnson. And you got the name correct too. Perhaps you knew my mother? That brings back memories. Your mother and I must have gone to the same high school. We were in the same class. You were in the same class? If you want, you can ask your mother. Ask her if she remembers the guy with glasses who played the horn in the brass band. I'm sure she will be surprised. I have heard that my mother played in the brass band. You were in the same club. There are very few boys in the brass band club. It was quite uncomfortable for me because there were so many girls. But Rachel helped us out a lot to be comfortable around girls. She was very charming and helped me many times. I'm surprised that there is such a coincidence. Me too. I'll ask my mother about it as soon as I get home. Please tell her that I am looking forward to the upcoming meeting between our two families. I am really looking forward to meeting your mother. I had heard that her husband had passed away. Since then, she stopped showing up at the reunion, and I've been worried about her. I am so glad to see that she seems to be in good health. I understand. I will tell my mother that. I am sure she will be pleased. Oh, and I'm sorry, but please do not tell my wife about this. She's very picky about women's issues. She doesn't want me interacting with women, even if it's a business associate or a longtime friend that I've known for many years, that I'm very comfortable with. I used to get into a lot of trouble just for talking to a colleague at work. I see. I understand about this as well. Well, I'll let you know when we set a date for the meeting. Thank you so much. It's very helpful that you understand. And again, my wife was rude to you earlier, and I'm truly sorry. Please take care of my son for me. Please don't worry about it either. I have received your apology, and neither my mother nor I are bothered by it. We are more than happy that you're concerned about us in this way. I'm truly happy to be your daughter-in-law. Thank you very much. I am really proud that my son is married to a wonderful young lady like you. If you have any problems in the future, please don't hesitate to contact me. It is reassuring to hear you say so. Thank you so much. You've ruined our time together. I'm glad you set up the place for us. I don't know why you invited us to such a cheap restaurant. The food tasted kind of bland. It was my choice. It was a restaurant recommended by a friend, but it didn't suit you. If you chose it, I don't blame you. I don't think you would understand the taste of good food. Sorry. Just so you know, I don't approve of you. I didn't come from a poor family like you. I trust my son, and I won't say anything to what he decides to do. Thank you. I'll do my best to make sure to get your approval. Someday will never come. I will never like you who came from a fatherless family. Anyway, I'd like to talk to you about the wedding. Is something wrong? You mentioned about the wedding today. I heard that you want to make it a big deal by inviting your friends and colleagues. I don't want to make it a big deal, but rather, I want to invite as many people as possible who have been a part of my life. I have been supported by many people in my life. I want to have a wedding where I can express my gratitude to everyone. I know you and your mother had to rely on many people. I'm sure there will be many people to thank. Well, that's not what I meant by... But I have to say one thing about that wedding. Do not invite your mother to the wedding. You must absolutely do this one thing. What do you mean? My mother is an important person at the wedding. Even if she is the bride's mother, I wouldn't want a woman like her to come. Otherwise, it's going to ruin my precious son's wedding. What do you mean by that? Is there something about her that you don't like? I don't like everything. She acted like a big jerk just because she's a nurse. She's been making fun of me for being a housewife, that woman. What? And just because she doesn't have a husband, she goes around showing her affection to men here and there. You saw how she was even flirting with the male waiters. What a disgusting person she is. She was so excited because the waiter was so young. Well, was she that excited? She didn't look like that to me. Huh? I don't care how she looked to you. She was excited. What was that way of ordering food? Order by calling out to the waiter in a higher than usual voice? She instantly locked eyes with a young male waiter. My mother didn't do that. Yes, she did. And what's more disgusting is that you were also flirting with my husband. What? She was smiling at my husband and talking to him. That's a woman from a single-parent home, trying to make a move on another man. Oh, that's so disgusting. That's not true. Mother was just being kind. That's not the way to be nice. That kind of attitude, acting as if you were special, I really can't believe it. But my mother has worked so hard all her life. For me, for my family. That doesn't excuse that attitude. That kind of behavior has no place at my son's wedding. It's normal to look people in the face and talk to them. Anyway, I don't want to see her face for the rest of my life. Your mother is poor. You shouldn't invite her to the wedding. A poor mother from a poor family wouldn't be able to pay for the wedding anyway. You don't need a poor mother to come to your wedding. If you invite her, I will have you divorce my son. You're the one who doesn't have to come. That's right. You're the one who doesn't have to come. Huh? If you hate her so much, you don't have to come. You are the most inappropriate person for my son and Laura's wedding. You will be home alone on the day of the wedding. You understand? This is a husband's order. What do you mean, the husband? What do you mean? Why are you suddenly on the text? This is supposed to be between me and Laura. We're still together. That's why I've been sitting next to her and watching this text all this time. What? Laura, her mother Rachel, and I were having after-dinner tea. I can't believe you. What a shameless text you are sending. Don't you know how rude you are? Wait a minute. Hey, why are you having tea with those women? Aside from Laura, I can't believe that mother is with you. And don't joke about calling her by name. I'm not kidding about anything. What's wrong with calling a classmate you haven't seen in decades by name? What? A classmate? Laura's mother is a classmate of mine from high school. She treated me very well when we were students. We were just having a nice reunion after a long time. But you ruined everything. I'm so sad that I've been humiliated in front of my dearest friend. What is that? I never heard that you knew each other. I didn't know that you still didn't approve of Laura. When I lectured you the other day, I thought you said, "I'm sorry for everything, and I approve her." Oh no, that's not it. Her mother had lost her dear husband in an accident. She was not discouraged and raised her Laura all by herself. And she grew up to be a very nice young lady. And you, I'll give you one more lecture when I get back. Remember that. What? I'm not going to let your petty attitude of remorse get in the way anymore. Laura, I'm really sorry. Also, my wife's words and actions made everyone feel bad. How can I apologize? Can you convey my apology to your mother? No problem. I received a polite apology from Jack as well. Neither I nor my mother are angry about anything anymore. I'm glad to hear you say so. I promise I will never take my wife to the wedding. What? You can do that? My wife deserves it because she did that much. Besides, a wedding should be a time when the bride and groom have great smiles on their faces. Anything that could interfere that should be thoroughly eliminated. So on the day of the wedding, I want you guys to feel at ease. I'm sure even Rachel wants to concentrate on her daughter's special day. Thank you for your concern. My mother also seemed to have enjoyed the reunion with you very much. She wants to play the horn again and is looking for instrument lessons. That's wonderful. She could perform at the wedding. That would be nice too. I'll beg my mom for it. Well, thank you very much for yesterday. I hope to see you again before the wedding. Hey, I'm the groom's mother. Why am I being kicked out? It's just crazy. What the hell were you thinking? I didn't even want to come, but I came all the way here. Otherwise, I will spread rumors that your mother is targeting my husband. Olivia, it was your husband who said you couldn't come to the wedding. If you have a problem with that, please tell your husband. Shut up! Just get it over with and let me in. Otherwise, I'll really spread rumors. Everyone will believe my words more than a motherless daughter. If you don't get me into the ceremony soon, you'll be in big trouble. No, that will never happen, so don't worry. Then please leave. I don't have any more time to deal with you. Huh? I am sure that everyone will believe my mother more than you. This ceremony is already my mother's soul stage. That's the power of charm that's been alive and well since high school. In no time at all, she has made friends with everyone. Pardon me? Nurses have a wide range of interactions with people in the community, don't they? Apparently, everyone knew my mother. They told me that they had taken care of her during her hospitalization. They were acquaintances of people from my mother's workplace and so on. They seem to be connected in various ways and are getting to know each other very quickly. She's getting to know their relatives more than I am. Huh? Ugh. That's a lie. I don't believe you. Yes, we are getting along well. We had already exchanged contact information with some of them and promised to go out together. So maybe your lie will be exposed soon. Hey, why? Why does everyone befriend a motherless woman? That woman is supposed to be at the bottom, unlike me. It is you who are at the bottom. It's time you realize that, Olivia. Huh? The fact that you barged into the ceremony and this text. I sent it all to the groom's relatives, Jack and your husband. You're lying. Stop it for a second. If they find out about this, they'll be furious. Well then, it's time for me to go, so if you'll excuse me. Wait a minute, Laura. I promised to be quiet during this ceremony. Please, let me in too. I absolutely hate not being able to see my son's big day. I don't want you to ruin the ceremony any more than you already have. So I definitely don't want you to be a part of it. Oh, I received a reply from your husband. He said, I'll take care of it right away. Oh no! He's already chased me down with the security guard. Then it's only a matter of time before you get caught. Well, I'll leave you now. Laura, wait a minute. Please forgive me. I apologize for everything I've done. It's really hard for me not to be in your wedding. If you forgive me, everything will be all right, won't it? Olivia, you were too selfish to ask for help. You made fun of my mother and me so much and looked down on us. And now you are apologizing? Yes, I'm sorry. But I really want to see my son at the wedding. I'm truly sorry, so please forgive me. No matter how sorry you are, I cannot forgive you for insulting us. We cannot easily forget how you disrespected and hurt us. Well, I have nothing more to say to you. I don't want to ruin the wedding, so please excuse me. I will enjoy the wedding. After that, the wedding went off without a hitch. It was thanks to Brian asking the venue staff to lock Olivia in a separate room. After the ceremony, she was lectured by Brian and all the relatives. I even felt a little sorry to see them all hurling harsh words at her. But Brian continued to be concerned about us. He made a promise to my mother that Olivia would never come near us again. Now we can start our new life together in peace. When I imagine what she has been going through since then, I have mixed feelings. I think that she is living a lonely life, distanced from her family. I don't know what she will do now, but I hope that she will accept the consequences of her actions. Maybe this will be an opportunity for her to change. I am spending happy days with my husband. My mother is also happy to see us.